And finally, to our special segment, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. Now, our final story is from South Africa, wherein African penguins are facing the threat of extinction. Humans have become their biggest enemies as climate change threatens their colonies. However, conservationists have decided to fight for these penguins, and they are taking the right to life for these birds to court. Our next report gets you all the details.
Look at these adorable creatures rolling on the rocky shores of South Africa. These penguins hop around the water and call one another in short, raspy barks. African penguins live in 7 colonies along the southwestern coastline of Africa. These gorgeous birds attract numerous spectators from across the globe. However, they seem unfazed by the people taking their pictures as they preen in the sunlight or watch over their eggs. But these species are at the risk of facing extinction. And experts say that this risk could turn into a reality in close to a decade's time. There are only 8,750 breeding pairs of African penguins left. If nothing is done to save them, their entire species could vanish by 2035. Penguins are vulnerable to natural predators like seals and certain types of gull. But their real enemies continue to be human beings as climate change threatens their existence. Storms and flooding endanger their colonies. And with the shifting ocean currents and temperatures, it becomes hard for the birds to access food. Penguins depend on sardines and anchovies. Both of these fishes are also a valuable commodity for the commercial fishing industry. The South African government has tried to restrict fishing activities. The noise and pollution from the shipping routes also add to the penguins' woes. But restricting fishing is a volatile issue. Over the last 15 years, there have been experimental closures of fishing grounds. The restrictions have cost the industry millions of dollars and hundreds of jobs. But that hasn't done much to save the birds. So conservationists have launched campaigns to save the African penguins. BirdLife South Africa and the South African Foundation for the Conservation of Coastal Birds have come together to protect these birds. The organizations are taking legal action against the South African government. The case is a first of its kind in South Africa. They claim that the lawmakers have failed to adequately protect the endangered species. The organizations argue that the government's fishing restrictions are neither extensive nor enough to protect the penguins. They are now demanding meaningful and immediate implementation of restrictions. The journey ahead could be long and painful, but conservationists in South Africa are not ready to give up. The clock is ticking, so they are pushing hard to ensure that these birds are a part of our future and don't become history.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison LaGrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.